Hello students, today we're going to look at, or this video we're going to look at the solution to the second multiple choice, number 2, coming from your book 1 chapter 2 sample quiz. This is on page 156 or 157. Some pages are different in each booklet. And what we're doing today is working on systems of equations, and this number 2 solution or number 2 multiple choice asks us how many. Not what is, how many solutions? How many solutions to the following system? And when you're asked how many, there's 3 choices, okay? What are the 3 choices? Well, we could have a system that intersects somewhere. That's the most common system, right? Something like this. You get 2 intersecting lines and you have 1 solution, right? Right there in the middle, that's a solution. Okay, so it could be 1. Or you could have 2 parallel lines, right? 2 parallel lines. And with this solution, there are none. There are no points of intersection. So for the first one, remember what we said, the first one would be 1 solution. Here, there are no solutions. And the third choice is if we had, you could have a line, and if you graphed another line and it happened to go right over this one, in other words, they are the same line. Okay, now what's the solution now? Many solutions, because every ordered pair on these lines will work. So we say to this one, there are many solutions. Okay, now again, what are the words? These are called intersecting lines, right? So if they intersect, 1 solution. These are called parallel lines, P-A-R-A-L-L-E-L. And the last one are called coincident lines. Coincide, in other words, the same line, okay? So there's your choices. Now, how do you tell them? Well, if you look at the very first one, we know that if all of this is happening, 2 lines intersecting, then we know their slopes are different. Okay, so if the slopes are different, then it must be intersecting lines. You can see that slopes there are quite different. In the parallel lines, slopes are the same. However, the y-intercepts, you can see from that diagram, look at the y-intercepts, obviously different. So if the slopes are the same and the y-intercepts are different, no solution. And in the third case, slopes are the same, obviously it's the same line. So what else? And the y-intercepts will be the same. So both the y-intercepts and slopes are the same. So when you're asked how many solutions, now you don't have to draw this, I'm obviously teaching you this again or reviewing it. How many? Examine the slopes and the y-intercept of each. Now if I look at the top one, I'll solve quickly for y. So I get 3y minus x when I bring it over, or add negative x to both sides, plus 12. Of course, then you know what to do. Divide by 3 to isolate y. So what am I doing? I'm taking the equation and putting it in slope-intercept form. So I end up with y equals negative 1/3, the 1 understood in front, right? And 12 over 3, of course, which is 4. So the first slope, m1 I'll call it, is negative 1/3. The first y-intercept is positive 4. Now I repeat that process with the second one. And you probably have already noticed, right, that in the second one, exact same equation in front. So look at that, x plus 3y, but a different number on the end. So you see, well, looks like we're going to have the same slopes, and indeed we are. So now when you divide each side by 3, right, you're going to get negative 1x over 3 plus 15 over 3. You'll notice what? Now we got negative 1/3 x plus 5. So our second slope, I'll call it m2, is negative 1/3, and our second y-intercept is positive 5. Now compare those. So look, compare the slopes. What do you notice? The slope here, first slope, and the second slope are exactly equal. So we have same slopes. Compare the y-intercepts now. Compare the y-intercepts. What do you notice? So here's the first y-intercept, positive 4. Here's the second y-intercept, positive 5. What do you notice? Right? They are different, aren't they? So if we have the same slopes but different y-intercepts, that means these lines are parallel, which means there are no solutions. So the answer to number 2 is A, no solutions.